Now, the Golf GTi has long been hailed as the king of the hot hatch, but this is not your everyday hot hatch, and it's not your everyday GTi either. This is the Golf GTi Clubsport. It is a 2021 variant, so that means it's the Mark 8, which is the newer facelifted design. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look around the entirety of the GTi, discovering exactly what the Clubsport is about, and even checking out how this one sounds. My name's Will, and you're watching ALX Specialist Cars. This is the 2021 Golf GTi. It is registered on a 71 plate, so it is a late 2021 on that. It's covered just over 40,000 miles, which obviously isn't a lot at all. Now, as I mentioned, the Golf GTi, it is long been hailed as the king of the hot hatch. This particular hot hatch comes with 296 brake horsepower, which goes without saying is an immense amount. The Clubsport then comes with things like upgraded brakes, because when you've got 296 brake horsepower, you do need the extra stopping power to slow you down again. You then may also notice it looks slightly lower than a standard GTi, and that's because the Clubsports are actually 10 millimeters lower. Not a massive amount, but it's enough to make a difference, and enough to make a difference in the drive, because a lot say the Clubsport is the sort of must-have GTi, and with its enhancements makes for the perfect balance of performance and practicality. The Clubsport then looks a little bit different as well. From the front of the car, it gets the honeycomb grille, and that is again exclusive to the Clubsport, so it's not something you'll get on the standard GTIs. So if you do know your GTIs, just by seeing it from the front, you'll know it's something quite special. Being the Mark 8, it gets the updated facelift lights, which I do have to say look very, very smart. And what's special about these is the daytime running lights, one actually runs across the entirety of the front grille, along with, of course, the signature GTI colours continuing into the lights as well. Now, the GTi Clubsport comes with, well, just about everything you could need as standard. However, there are a few options that you can option, and this one's got the quite important one. Now, the classic GTi seats, some people love them, some people don't, but this one's actually got something quite different. It's got the Art Velour honeycomb style sport seats. The red stitch runs throughout them, and of course they are in the honeycomb finish, so extremely comfortable, and it's something that's a little bit different from your standard GTi. This car has then had just a couple subtle enhancements, which I have to say certainly accentuate the aggressive stance the vehicle has. Starting off, you've got the 19-inch Romac alloy wheels. They're finished in a gloss black, and hidden behind them is, of course, the GTi red brake calipers, with the bigger brakes, as I mentioned, allowing for more stopping power. And then moving around the rear of the vehicle, often people say the Mark 8 GTIs are quite muted from factory. Thankfully, this one has got around that. It's got an upgraded back box, so nothing else has been changed, just the back box, which allows for a more throaty sort of noise, and some would say as it should have come from factory. It's then got slightly bigger exhaust tips, so it does look absolutely stunning. And being the Mark 8 GTi Clubsport, it's got the upgraded lights and then the Clubsport rear spoiler, which again sets it apart from the standard Golf GTIs. The Golf GTi, the reason people sort of love and buy them is because they are still practical as well as fun and well powerful. Opening the boot up, you'll notice, well, a massive amount of space for a hatchback. It is then, of course, 5-door, so you can fit your friends, you can fit your family in, and a decent amount of boot room allows for a perfect everyday car. And then just follow me around to the side of the vehicle. We'll take a glance inside, because I mentioned the rear seats, as well as being practical, are of course upgraded. The Art Velour seating continues into the rear. You've then got ambient lighting throughout the cabin, just on the door cards there. It's then in the front of the car, it's on the centre console. So as a place to be, it's really, really great. And as a passenger, you do get ample leg room in the back as well, so they are usable as a 5-seater. And as a driver, chances are if you're watching this video, that's what you want to be, and I wouldn't blame you. It's an incredibly fun, exciting thing to drive. So you get the flat bottom GTi steering wheel, and what's special about that is it's actually heated. That's not standard on these cars at all, so it's part of what's called the winter pack, which this car is equipped with. It's then also got lane keep assist, it's then got adaptive cruise control, a fully digital dashboard, and a very, very intuitive centre screen in the middle of the car there. But let's head inside the car and check out a few of the features that come with this Mark 8 GTi Clubsport. So just getting in the GTi Clubsport, as a place to be, the seats are incredibly comfortable. The shift has also been completely redesigned, the gear selector. So as you'll see, foot on the brake, and it's just this one here. It's a little toggle, and then park there and you start stop. So it's very minimalistic, very simple, and then everything else has been pushed onto the screen here. But thankfully you do still have the buttons for your temperature and whatnot, so it is still easy to use. You're not having to go through all the menu, because they've sort of combined the menu with the addition, the air conditioning controls on there. Drive mode is also on that one, and you can shortcut to your menu there. So now I've started the car up, you'll notice the screen lights up, the dashboard light is fully digital, and so does the steering wheel controls, because that is all electronic as well as being able to push them. It is sort of an illuminated steering wheel. And the thing that's cool about this, as well as all the ambient lighting, you can change the colour of all of this, and it'll even change the background colour of the screen as well to match, which is really cool and makes it a nice place to be. I've left it on red because I feel like it matches the GTI the best. Knocking the car into reverse, you'll notice another option. So the car's got front and rear park assist, which is, as I say, a paid for option from factory. Usually you just get the rear, but in this case, thankfully, it's got the front one as well. App Connect is your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Background is your lighting, as I mentioned, and then all your normal radio, media, navigation settings are on there. But the one that's the exciting one is, of course, driving mode. So you push that button there, you can have it in sport, you can have it in comfort, you can have it eco and individual. Individual is where you can tweak each of the settings just how you would like them. Sport is, of course, the more sporty one. It adjusts the steering, adjusts the throttle sensitivity, and basically makes the most of the 296 brake horsepower that this car is equipped with. Well, let's switch the car up in sport mode and check out how it sounds. As I'm sure you'll agree, guys, the car does sound insane. You get the light cracks and pops in sport mode. It's nothing too loud, it's nothing too obnoxious, which I think is as it should have come from factory. You've then, of course, got the balance of the drive mode, so you don't have to be driving around in sport mode all day long if you don't want to. So yeah, makes for the perfect daily, really. But guys, that is the Golf GTI. And one last thing to note, I will just point out the front lights now. They're illuminated because I think for the Mark 8, that's probably one of the biggest differences. It's the lighting. So as you'll see, the daytime running lights run under there, sort of along the front grille into the lights, and it looks insane. The car's just come into stock today. As I mentioned, it's a 2021 car. It's covered just over 40,000 miles. So if you would like any more information on this car at all, give me or the team a shout. We'll be more than happy to help. My number is now on the screen. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.